Bro, so there's this one detail from Dolly Parton's final 4 days that barely anyone is talking about. And once you hear it, you're going to understand why people are calling this the most heartbreaking celebrity timeline of the year. It's not the diagnosis. It's not even the hospital. It's something she said out loud to a reporter without knowing it was one of the last things she'd ever say publicly. Stay with me, because by the end of this, you're going to look at her final interview completely differently. No cap. Okay, so let's set the scene. August 25th, 2026. The world wakes up to the news that Dolly Parton, 80 years old, queen of country, has died. Her team confirms it. Her family posts a statement calling it a rhinestone life that shone bright enough for the world to see. Beautiful words, devastating timing. Because just 4 days before that announcement, Dolly was alive, talking, working, planning her future. 4 days, bro. That's the part that's messing people up. But here's where it actually gets heavy. This wasn't sudden in the way everyone assumed. Dolly had been quietly dealing with health struggles for almost a year, ever since she lost her husband Carl Dean in March of 2025, after nearly 60 years of marriage. She postponed a Vegas residency. She canceled Dollywood appearances. Her sister Frida even posted online back in October asking people to pray for her, then walked it back, saying she didn't mean to scare anyone. So the warning signs were there. People just didn't want to read them. Here's where it gets crazy. On August 21st, the same day she was admitted to the hospital, Dolly gave what would become her final interview. And in it, she said something that now reads completely different than it did 5 days ago. She told people, quote, "I am dealing with some health issues that I just didn't pay attention to when I was watching over Carl." She admitted she'd let her own health slide while she was caring for her husband in his final days. Sit with that for a second. Then she said this, "I'm still healing. I'm still working." She talked about how she's dreamed herself into a corner and still has so many things she wants to achieve. She wasn't talking like a woman who thought she was running out of time. She was talking like she had a whole next chapter planned. And that same day, she was admitted to Vanderbilt Ingram Cancer Center in Nashville. Read that name again, Cancer Center. On the day she gave an interview about still workin'. When this timeline started circulating, the reaction online was instant. People were going back and rewatching her Dollywood season opening speech from earlier this year, the one where she mentioned a few little health issues. And suddenly, that offhand comment doesn't sound offhand anymore. Fans are saying the same thing over and over in the comments. She was telling us the whole time, and we just heard what we wanted to hear. Because that's Dolly, right? She could say something genuinely serious and still make it sound like a joke you didn't need to worry about.
We should never forget that Dolly Parton chose to not be a billionaire. Because she could have. Dolly Parton made so much money, she could have let her money make money. But instead, she chose to reinvest in people and her community. And today, when I went to my mailbox on the day she died, there was proof of that sitting right there waiting for me. It was this book right here, Forts, from the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. Since the day my son has been born, once a month, the Dolly Parton Imagination Library, in partnership with local nonprofits, has mailed my son, like millions of American kids across America, a book for his parents to read to him, to foster a love of reading and literacy and dreams and wonder. And when my son gets home, we'll unwrap this and we'll read it. But she sent many books to us. She sent this book. It's called A Little Emotional. Because again, Dolly Parton spent millions of dollars making sure that kids were not illiterate. She wanted to make sure that kids knew how to read, how they could understand the world around them, and that they could understand how to process their emotions. This is what she spent her money on instead of buying Twitter. She sent the animal song to my son instead of trying to buy an election. She sent little poems for tiny ears instead of trying to spread misinformation about fucking vaccines. She sent dandelion magic to our front door instead of villainizing fucking trans people. J.K. Rowling. She sent chaos for kindness instead of trying to go and harp even more on dividing us as a people. She sent Llama Llama meets the babysitter instead of going and reinvesting in Palantir. She sent the big slide instead of making sure we slid into fascism. She said, how we say I love you instead of making us hate each other. She said, let's explore the seashore instead of buying flock cameras. She said, don't lose Mr. Cuddles, a book all about loss and how to get around and over these feelings through your family. She sent birding for babies, and she sent my son's favorite book, Gaga Mistake Day, a book about how you can hang out with your grandmother and be silly and make mistakes and everything will be all right. That pile is proof of why Dolly Parton will be remembered and loved. Not because her name's on the side of a building, not because of anything else, but because she reinvested in people, in hope, in love, and in the future. I would like Jeff Bezos and all the other ones to remember that as they're looking down at us from their fucking rockets, because that's the closest those fuckers will get to heaven, because only angels like Dolly deserve to be up there.
And honestly, bro, that's the gut punch here. She wasn't hiding it maliciously. She was doing what she'd always done, which is protect everyone else from her own pain. Even in her final public words, she was reassuring us. But here's where it gets crazy, for real this time. Wait for it. The official cause of death has now been confirmed, and it's not what most people expected. Her publicist released a statement saying Dolly died after bravely facing a brief battle with cancer. Brief. That word is doing a lot of work. This wasn't a years-long fight the public didn't know about. This was fast. She was admitted August 21st. She was gone August 25th. 4 days between "I'm still working" and a statement confirming she died at a cancer center. The type of cancer hasn't been disclosed. Her team hasn't said whether she knew the diagnosis before that final interview or whether it was still unfolding in real time. And that's genuinely the most unsettling part of this whole story. We don't know if Dolly knew how serious it was when she told the world she still had things to achieve, or if she found out right after. Either way, it changes how you read every single word of that interview. Many fans have been leaving videos showing their parents' reactions, which goes to show how much of an icon she was.
Well, guess what?
What? Don't video me. I'm grating my peach into the box.
Dolly Parton's dead.
No, she's not.
She is.
No, she's not.
She just died.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Are you winding me up?
No, I'm not.
My Dolly Parton.
Yeah, you're Dolly Parton.
My 9 to 5. I will always love you, Dolly Parton.
Uh-huh.
James, is this true? James, is Dolly dead? Is Dolly Parton dead? When? Stop recording me now, because Dolly's dead. Stop it.
And bro, that's what makes this whole thing land different. Dolly didn't just leave music behind. She left a system built to outlive her. The Imagination Library alone has put books in the hands of hundreds of millions of kids across 5 countries. No strings attached, straight to their mailbox every month till they turn 5. That program doesn't stop because she did. Neither does the catalog, neither does Dollywood, neither does the foundation. She spent 60 years making sure none of it depended on her still being here to run it. So even in the middle of this heartbreak, that part's kind of beautiful. So here's what we actually know. Dolly Parton spent her final public moments talking about the future, not the past. She spent decades building an empire, a legacy, an imagination library that's put books in the hands of hundreds of millions of kids. And even at the very end, she was still in planning mode, still dreaming, still working. The cancer took her fast. 4 days fast. But it didn't take the last thing she said to the world, which was hope. If this story hit you the way it hit us, drop a comment with the Dolly memory that means the most to you. Because honestly, this comment section is turning into one of the most genuine tribute threads on the internet right now. Anyway, this concludes today's video. Be sure to subscribe to LoafTube for future celebrity videos, and turn on that post notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Until then, see you in the next one.